Up next, the San Francisco 49ers. They went 10-7 last season, made the NFC Championship, were one of the more dangerous teams down the stretch. They almost missed it, but they won Week 18 versus the Rams, which it put them in. Really, this is another team to me that I think had a horrible offseason. You get Charvarius Ward, so that helps out your secondary somewhat, but you lose Alex Mack, he retires. Laken Tomlinson signs with the Jets. Tom Compton is gone. He was a backup offensive tackle. Raheem Mostert is gone. I know he was injured. DJ Jones goes to Denver. Arden Key, Jaquiski Tart, K'Wan Williams. These are a lot of big-time losses. Now, I think the K'Wan loss isn't that huge just because Jason Verrett's going to be back healthy. I know that he's injury-prone, though. You have Charvarius Ward and their rookie last season. I'm blanking on his name, but he was very good last season. I want to just look up the 49ers depth chart. Give me that rookie's name. He was very good last season. I want to give him his flowers. Ultimately, this season depends on Trey Lance and if he can have a breakout year or if he can be a top 15, top 18-ish quarterback. You know, a season similar to what Jalen Hurts had last year, but being even better as a passer is what I think Trey Lance should be. He sat the entire year. He learned under Jimmy Garoppolo. He did start a few games, or he did play a couple games. 603 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Trey Lance wasn't bad. He had a 97 passer rating. But the 49ers season all depends on Trey Lance and how good he's going to be. That's it. And I don't feel like anything else matters. If they don't make the playoffs, depending on how they don't make it, the Trey Lance pick is going to look a bit iffy.
The Niners are one of my agenda teams. Got the Ravens, Eagles, Niners. Y'all know how I feel about Trey Lance. I think we had disagreements on the show. I thought in his 2 games he started, he showed some real flashes. I think he has the arm to make every throw on the field. He's an extremely mobile quarterback.
Ambry Thomas.
The corner side.
Yeah.
But you're right. The Niners lost some key people in free agency. They're going to be starting potentially they will be starting 3 new players on the offensive line. But I just trust Kyle Shanahan, Debo, George Kittle, the culture they've built there, the offense they've built there. And I don't think he has to be fantastic this year. I think him and Zach Wilson are in very similar situations where we both want to see flashes, and we've seen flashes from both of them. But now it's, can they be consistent? Can they take care of the football? If Trey Lance goes out there and doesn't turn the ball over, Jalen Hurts had 9 interceptions last season. He goes out there, doesn't turn the ball over. They're going to be a run-first team with Elijah Mitchell, who had a great rookie season. I know the line's not going to be great, but you still got Trent Williams, who's the best left tackle in the league, and Shanahan's his scheme is just going to get guys open, running the ball and passing the ball. So I don't think Trey Lance has to be anything special. He's going to show us flashes, and he's going to show moments of him being excellent. I think he's also going to show moments of him being a first-year starter. He's going to struggle at times without a doubt, but it's just a matter of, can he have those 3, 4, 5-game stretches where he has shown that this is the reason why I'm number 3 overall pick. This is the reason why you guys trade all those draft picks. You moved off Jimmy G so I could be the starting quarterback because I could take the offense to a different level. I still have faith in this offense. It wouldn't shock me if they're a top 10 offense because how efficient they're going to be with Shanahan. And then defensively, you still got to be excited for the line with Bosa and Armstead there. One of the best linebackers, Fred Warner. I think the defense is going to be fine. It's a matter of, can they stay healthy? We've seen 2 years where 1 year they got all banged up. They won 6 games, I want to say. And then the next year they got healthy. They go to the championship game. So they have a bit of an interesting schedule. I have them going 10-7. 5 of their first 8 games are on the road. They have a week 9 bye, and then 5 of their 6 games after the bye are all at home. So if they could get through that first 8-game schedule with really not incredibly tough opponents. I mean, they have at Chicago, versus Seattle, at Denver, versus the Rams, at Carolina, at Atlanta, versus Kansas City, at the Rams. I think you're going to win probably 5 of those games. I think some of them
5 wins also.
Exactly. I think if you could get through that schedule, then the second half of the year when you have a ton of games at home, really be able to pound on and, maybe surprise some people and win the division.
I just want to say this. The expectations for Lance and Wilson are different.
I don't know,
because
baby. Wilson
is on a team that we know we're not a playoff contender. Lance is on a team that, no, they just made the NFC Championship. And that the missing piece for them was the quarterback to go to Super Bowl.
I don't think I meant to say, I don't know if I said the expectations are the same. I think their play is expected to be the same. Where we both want to see consistency out of them.
Based on where the 49ers are, they're a win-now roster. And Trey Lance is that guy that you plug and play him. He's supposed to elevate that team.
He is, but they're not going to ask him right away to elevate this offense. It's going to be a run-first offense still with Elijah Mitchell. That's Kyle Shanahan. It's going to be a run-first offense with with Elijah Mitchell, and off that's going to be play action, it's going to be boots, it's going to get easy throws for Trey Lance. Down the stretch, I think that second half of the year, they'll open it up more. But I think, especially to start, there's already been so much scrutiny around Trey Lance's name. People question if they should even move off Jimmy G. They're going to be a little protective of him at first. This is their franchise guy. They trade all these draft picks. They're going to be protective of him.
There's more pressure on Trey Lance, though. I mean, Trey Lance, this is a guy.
Is there?
Yes,
I agree.
Yes.
It seems very equal to me.
Jimmy G, when he's been the quarterback, starting a quarterback, he's took the 49ers, and I'm not going to say took, but he was the quarterback for 49ers teams that went to the Super Bowl and went to the NFC Championship. And when he hasn't been healthy, the Niners have been horrible. If they trade Jimmy G and Jimmy G leaves, and now Trey Lance is expected to, at minimum,
make the playoffs.
At minimum.
Which I think will not be a problem in the NFC.
Okay.
Especially with that schedule.
I mean,
they got
I understand what you're saying, but that's the minimum expectation. Anything below that is a failed season for Trey Lance.
But I think for the Jets, like, you're expecting to get minimum 8 wins. If you get 9-10 wins, you're in the playoff hunt.
I would say 7 wins. 7 wins.
I need 8 wins from the Jets, man. This roster's ready.
Yeah.
The roster's ready. We saw flashes from Zach. We have the receivers. We have the line. Like, what? We don't have a hole. Like, our hole's linebacker and safety. If that's our biggest holes, this team should win 8 games.
We spoke about it. We spoke about it our last football show. You said you would rather Zach Wilson, right? Because you just believe in Zach Wilson a little bit more.
I do, but the Jets are not expecting
my point being is you want to put him in that conversation. Kyler Murray went 8-8 his second season. Get me 8 wins. Right? I'm not asking you to go above 500, 9-8. Just get me 8 wins. Zach Wilson's supposed to be like that. He's got a decent roster around him.
We won 4 games last year.
Double it.
Teams do it.
8 looks reasonable. You got 4.
Have you seen our schedule?
Well, I mean, would you have the Jets going when we did it? I had them going 8-9 or 9-8.
Let me check what I have. The Jets going is different than what they can. I'm biased. I will admit I'm biased.
Gotta respect it.
But still, we looked at their schedule. Okay.
Yeah.
We looked at their schedule.
But I'm biased. I have them beating
so
really tough teams.
If you're being biased at 9-8, realistically, what is it? Like 7?
Look, I think 7 wins is a realistic expectation for the Jets.
That's valid,
7 wins.
So Braxton Berrios say it's playoffs or bust.
Okay. Well, he's on a team. He should think that way. I'm glad he thinks that way. That's
everyone on the team should think that.
They should. And if they do, I'm gonna be all for it.
We have a young roster, but a talented roster.
I'm just saying there's significantly more pressure on Trey Lance to elevate this Niners roster.
We spoke about this defense, right? Front seven's one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
Secondary, it's pretty solid. Definitely better than last year, if I'm being honest. The reason why that secondary thrived last season was because of how much pressure they were getting up front. It alleviated some pressure on that secondary and gave them time to, or honestly took away time from the quarterback to see the mismatches happening downfield. But to talk about the offensive line and their losses, Alex Mack, Lincoln Tomlinson, the reason why I don't think it's huge, and I've been a huge proponent of this, is that your offensive line, yes, it would be great and extremely beneficial if your offensive line was solid and solidified, but when you have a mobile quarterback, it's not imperative that you solidify that. You understand what I'm saying? Kyler Murray hasn't had a great offensive line since coming into the league.
Trey Lance is also not Kyler Murray.
I agree with that. No doubt about that. I just mean in the sense of Justin Herbert, his rookie season, didn't have a great offensive line. He had one of the worst offensive lines in the league, and he was one of the best quarterbacks that we saw that season.
So you're expecting Trey Lance to show you that?
My point being is I believe that because of Trey Lance's mobile abilities, it's giving them some room for error in that department. And I think that he'll be able to move outside the pocket, still make some plays. We saw that in his few times, the 2 games that he played. But I still think that I believe in Trey Lance, and I believe that he will be solid for the Niners. I don't think that it's going to make them better than they were last season. I have them going 10-7, very similarly.
10-7 last year.
I got them 9-8 this year.
In the sense of the NFC Championship. I don't see that as we're talking about a guy, minimal experience. Jimmy G at the minimum has been in those moments. He knows how to manage games. It's going to be different when you're in that situation. I don't know. I need to see it from Trey Lance in those moments before I can start saying, oh, lock it. They're going back to the NFC Championship.
I don't know if Jimmy G knows how to manage those moments.
He knows how to manage a game.
He's been horrible.
I think the Niners are going to win a playoff game.
I think we're all in the same breath, 9-8, 10-7. So we're all in the same breath because, like we said, the coach, Shanahan, I think the defense, as long as it's healthy, it's going to be an elite defense, at least a top 10 defense to me. I think offensively, Trey Lance, like you said, I agree with you. I think the pressure is going to be on him the most. But I also think when you have Deebo Samuels, when you have George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, like when you have a roster
Mitchell,
off, even though
Jawan Jennings,
even though losing.
You know he's nice.
Come on, Jawan Jennings.
Bro, he's good.
You always
gotta
gotta say one name extra.
Bro, but
Like, we
Jawan
could've
Jennings is a
stopped.
reliable receiver.
It's like
Did we
Auden
not
Tate all
s-
over again.
No, what?
Tough.
What are you talking about?
How many yards did Jawan Jennings have last year?
bro, he's a good
You
receiver.
think he had more than 500
He
yards?
makes big time plays.
You think he had more than 500?
Let me check.
I'm going under 500 yards.
Man,
Under
you
5.
always sleep
500.
on players that are good.
Nah, I like Jawan.
He had 282 yards
Oh my
this
God.
season.
I like Jawan though.
He's a guy.
He's
He
a
only
guy.
had 38 targets though.
I like Trey Lance, so I think they'll be fine.
Trey Lance's mobile ability
good, you
is
get
going
targets.
to allow him to,
You got- you
to
got-
be
you
fine.
got-
He was
You got
he was a
Debo and
seventh
Kittle.
round
You
player.
should be fine.
And Elijah Mitchell's not a
That
bum by
now,
any
now he's
means.
just a
Should be
receiver
fine.
though.
Brandon Ayuk too.
Good.
Like, bro, they
He's
still have a
good-
great
he makes
offense.
plays, man.
If
This guy.
Lance fails, that's really on him.
I don't disagree.
Everything's there.
I agree.
Everything's there.
Except
That's
the
why
O-line
I
ain't-
feel.
the O line ain't great, but everything's there.
That's why I feel the same way about Zach. It's on him. Everything's there.
But I
Yeah,
think
but-
the
but-
Niners are expected to make the playoffs.
You
I
wanna know what's
agree,
the
but we're
difference?
just talking about individual plays.
There's a big time difference. You want to know what's the difference?
Y'all have no Debo.
We have a
The
good core,
Jets,
though. We have a
the
good
Jets
receiver.
have Elijah Moore, good, talented
depth.
receiver, unproven as a true number one yet. They have Garrett Wilson, who has the potential to be that, unproven. Debo is proven. Brandon Ayuk
Yes, he's
is
proven.
George Kittle is proven. CJ Uzama, Tyler, and Conklin. George Kittle clears.
course.
George Kittle by himself clears our entire.
Let's just not
score.
compare
But
the
that-
rosters.
I know,
I'm
'cause
just
it's
saying
not a
that I'm
comparison.
saying the Jets have a young team, but it's talented.
It's talented.
This is the most
But they're
talented
not-
team we've had in
it's-
a
but they're
long
not
time.
Proven though.
They're not.
The Niners have a bunch of proven
But
guys.
we would
They're a
hope
win
if
now
we
roster.
think Zach is the guy we think he is, he
No,
should
yeah.
be able to make a very talented Elijah Moore
I
and
get
Garrett
what you're
Wilson
saying. I
into
get what you're
proven
saying.
players.
But the Niners players are proven.
They are.
They're ready to
Not
win
for-
now.
Yeah, Debo and Kittle are two of the best players at their position.